The General Archive of the Indies is located in the ancient merchants' exchange of Seville, Spain, the Casa Lonja de Mercaderes. Much of the precious metals, minerals, valuables, and treasure from the Americas, Pacific Islands, and Asia were brought up the Guadalquivir River and inventoried at the exchange for the Spanish crown. This ended in 1679 when the river silted up and could no longer accommodate the heavy vessels that were weighted down with so much precious cargo. The building, which consists of 2 floors, would eventually bring together under a single roof all the documentation regarding Spain's overseas empire. The first cartloads of documents arrived in October of 1785. For research into the high strangeness, lost history, and treasure of Mexico, the desert Southwest, and specifically Northeastern Utah, think Skinwalker and Blind Frog Ranch, this location has become paramount to finding answers to what's going on. So has begun the research through 43,000 document bundles, each known as legajos, that are made from 80 million pages, which were produced by the colonial administration. We are interested in journals, maps, plans, books, and other archival data originating from present-day Mexico, Santa Fe, New Mexico, and El Paso, Texas. As I walked through the Renaissance age-created building, I considered what important documents I should be looking for. I knew that maps covering what would become parts of the United States under the Gadsden Purchase, finalized in 1854, were directly related to certain bundles of documents in the archive that few people have looked into and researched. Unfortunately, I also would later find out just how difficult the task of reading this old Spanish language would be. It's going to require hiring a Spanish historian that understands the old writing and can put in the time to follow up on 3 legajos that I'm interested in. One containing documents from a 1582 expedition into the desert Southwest, up into present-day northeastern Utah. Remember that it's important to track what the Spaniards were doing between 1521 and 1800. They obviously were actively searching for where the Aztec treasure was hidden. Cortez's issues were the same that we continue to have today. The emperor of the Aztec that hid the treasure was Cuitlahuac, Montezuma II's brother. Cuitlahuac died several months after leading the rebellion against the Conquistadors that kicked them out of Tenochtitlan during the Night of Sorrows. 3,500 pounds of gold, silver, and other Aztec treasure that the fleeing Spaniards lost that night could never be found. It was hidden away north of Tenochtitlan at several different sites and included additional precious objects and gold that Cortez never knew about. I truly believe that the largest cache was taken north to the Uinta Mountains by the Aztec warriors and their slaves. It's a matter of catching a lucky break at some point. Today, the Archivo General de Indias houses some 9 kilometers of shelving. Fortunately, the structure underwent a thorough restoration between 2002 and 2004. The research library is now located in an additional building across the street from the main structure. Approximately 20 million pages are in the process of or have been digitized. The rest of the ancient data can be brought out to you under strict guard and only after having been vetted and given access to the facility. No video is allowed inside and nothing can be brought in other than a laptop and pencils. Archivo General de Indies, where all the archive records are for the desert Southwest, Santa Fe. That's what we're interested in looking into, especially the old maps. So we'll go ahead and we'll head in here. Eventually, my hope is to find information that's been forgotten about or lost on the ancient Aztec treasure hidden away from Hernan Cortez, also on ancient gold and silver mines that the Spaniards worked in Utah, any paranormal activity that was logged in journals during expeditions, and contact with those men and women of great stature, the giants of the Americas. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already done so. I will soon be coming out with the second video on a location in Spain that may very well help in figuring out some of the history on Northeastern Utah, Skinwalker Ranch and Blind Frog Ranch. That location is the Museo de America in Madrid.